What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jurisco coming at you guys with another video, and today I'll be going over the Madden 21 deep dive, everything with the gameplay basically. They did drop a trailer a couple days ago about the deep dive, but today they did go over it on Twitch with Clint Oldenburg, who is the gameplay designer for Madden. He basically went in depth with a lot of stuff like run fixes and everything. He talked about everything today, but this is not everything I'm going to talk about is not everything that they changed about the game. They did say some more changes coming, but yeah, this is basically just everything that they've talked about. Everything has been basically been released and everything. Just a lot of gameplay fixes, so let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys have been enjoying the content, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It'd be highly appreciated. Also, they did announce on stream that there is going to be a private beta. There was, rumors floating around, but they did announce it tonight. So basically, how you get your hands on it is, and it's not gonna be tonight or anything. It's gonna be in the coming weeks, so probably like 1 or 2 weeks. There's gonna be a private beta, and how you get your hands on it is basically there was a sign up for it. On Mudhead on Twitter, there was a sign up. Nobody knew it was a sign up for a beta. They were just saying, sign up for this and you might get something. So basically that was the sign up. So if you signed up for that, you do get the beta privately. And there's also other ways to get it. So if you look on social media and stuff like that, on their Twitter, on their Instagram, stay on the lookout for that. They will be dropping codes once the beta does start. They're gonna be dropping codes. And they also said they're gonna be sending out codes through email. So if you do play the game, if they see that you have a bunch of hours in Madden 20, they're gonna send you out codes. So just stay tuned and make sure you stay keep looking on social media. Look out for your email, the email that you use of your EA account. Look out, they will be sending them out. But like I said, the beta will be coming in a couple weeks. They didn't say exactly what you're gonna be able to play in it, but you're gonna be able to get access to all the gameplay stuff. So basically you can't record anything, we can't stream it, we can't do none of that. You're just supposed to play it and give feedback, and that's it on the forums. So hopefully it is in the 1 or 2 weeks. Now also another thing I did want to talk about is they also showed the controller layout for ball carrier moves. So basically the big changes here is that trucking is now the Y button. Basically trucking is the Y button. I'm not too mad at this because I don't really truck like that, so I'm not really mad at that. We also got the dead leg and the hurdle is on the right thumbstick, so you move it up or down. You do get the hurdle or the dead leg, and they're doing this so you can combine them better. And celebration is just LT instead of it being all the buttons, the 3 buttons combined, it's just LT. So sliding is probably going to be what celebrating was. So you probably have to put 3. You probably have to press 3 buttons to slide. Probably, I'm not sure, they didn't say it, but that's most likely what it's going to be. Now, first talking about run defense, which is the biggest thing coming into Madden 21. If y'all do need to pause the video, just y'all could read it. It's like I said, it's all right here. This is everything that they're addressing about run defense. Basically, they're going to implement force defenders and gap integrity in Madden 21. They're gonna basically make it way better so that your force defenders take a better angle, shoot, and just a overall better, they have better understanding of outside runs, stuff like that, and the inside runs have better grab integrity. That's basically what the biggest change about run defense is, which is the change that they needed. They need to make the integrity and force defenders way better. So basically all it's just saying is that those are all improved. Force defenders are a thing, inside defenders are a thing. Where is it at? Right here. If there's heavy or like strong tight end sets, they're like I said, there's gonna be edge and force defenders, so it's actually gonna be defenders on the edge, like trying to hold the edge so the stretch doesn't get outside. That's basically what they're improving on run defense. Now getting to the tackle improvements. One thing is that with impact block makes a huge difference in here, because you're gonna get better reach tackles basically inside the gaps. So like inside dive step, you're gonna get better reach tackling if you have a player with high impact block. That's gonna make a difference in the game. Last year it wasn't really a thing. You would have to have reach elite, but now it's just gonna be implemented into defenders who have high impact block. And also hit sticks and dive tackling have been tuned, so they're way better now, and they could be integrated. They're basically integrated with the breakdown tackles. So basically you can hit stick from breakdown tackling and stuff like that. breakdown tackling is just basically a better way to tackle, so you can actually break down and make a tackle. We also got location-based tackling. Right here, it does say that if your defender has good tackling and awareness, your player is going to make the tackle before the pylon, and that's basically what the location-based tackling is. It's so they are aware of where they are tackling. So if you need to stop them from a first down, they will make that tackle before the first down, or you'll get a good animation. It's not gonna be a button press. It's an actual stat that you need, and then your player's just gonna do it once you make the tackle. Your player's just gonna do it. So I like that. That's a huge W. We got zone drop coach adjustments. So basically, we're just gonna read off. We're introducing a new set of coaching adjustments that will allow you as a defensive player to customize the depth of your zone drops for underneath zone defenders. These coaching adjustments will give you the ability to change the drop depths of flat, hook, and curl flat zones in increments of 5 yards up to a max of 30 yards from the line of scrimmage. So basically, your cloud flats, your hard flats, hook zones, all of that stuff. You can change the yards that they drop back, which is a huge W, because before, you can't tell them how far. You can do a hard flat, but they still not gonna. Sometimes they're not gonna play their zone still. You can do a cloud flat and they're not gonna play their zone still. So this is so they actually drop back to that zone and they actually make a play on the corner routes and stuff. So all that stuff is gonna be actually guardable this year. And basically it's gonna be in the same section as the other coach adjustments. It's not gonna be a whole different one. It's gonna be the same section of it. So the conservative ball carriers, all that stuff is gonna be in the same section, I guess. Now getting to the QB and passing improvements. Basically all this is basically just saying they're basically improving the way that your player your quarterback will throw the ball when being tackled. So basically, if your quarterback has high strength, he will basically hold on to the ball better. He won't fumble. So if you have a quarterback with negative 46 strength, he's gonna fumble the ball more while getting sacked trying to throw the ball. In Madden 20, it was way harder because you couldn't really. It was random. It was just random when you would fumble. You have to go on conservative. This year, you can control it with your strength. You don't have to go on conservative. And it's all based on physics. If you're halfway through your animation while getting sacked, you're gonna get a better throw. If you're just now loading up the throw, if you're just now getting it up, it's not gonna be as good of a throw. If you can get it off, it's not gonna be as good of a throw. So it's just gonna be more physics based, basically. And it just depends on how much your arm is forward, basically. If you're gonna get a good pass or not. There's also deep passing. There's deep passes under pressure. So basically, the deep pass is anything considered 40 yards or more. So 40 yards or more, if you're trying to throw the ball, your player will actually speed up his animation because you need to throw the ball further and you need to get it there. So your player will speed up his arm motion to get the ball there. And this is where throwing the pressure comes under play. So you will need a quarterback also with throwing the pressure, because throwing the pressure will modify the power and accuracy of that pass from 40 yards or 4 yards or more. And that's if a player is right next to you and they're about to sack you. That's when this will come into play. And then we also got accuracy, power, and tuning, which is basically just crossbody and under pressure. Just making the penalty, for crossbody, which has already been a thing. And the crazy thing they did add is also max distance passing power penalty, which is basically saying if you have a quarterback like Russell Wilson and you're trying to throw 80-yard bombs, it's not going to work because that's not his throw power. Patrick Mahomes, he has 9. He's gonna have 9 throw power. He's gonna be able to launch it, so he's not gonna get that penalty. But Russell Wilson, if you're trying to roll out and throw cover 3 bombs and stuff like that, it's gonna be way harder because of his throw power. So this is you need to choose the right quarterback for your type of offense, basically. So that's where that would come in at. So if you're trying to throw in the run and stuff like that, it's gonna be a big penalty if you don't have the throw power. And we also got this is a huge thing right here. We got pass interference and illegal contact. Basically, if you read through all this, it's basically saying there's going to be a huge penalty if you're obstructing where the receiver is going. If you're trying to throw them off their route while they're coming across the field, and you're messing up their route and stuff like that, that's a penalty. It's going to be a legal contact. They're actually implementing that penalty into the game, which has been needed for a while because before you could just knock the receiver off and mess up all the timing with no penalty. You should that should be a penalty if you're knocking off a receiver of his route through the middle of the field, like really messing him up. So yeah, luckily that's a penalty now. Defense contain balancing. Basically, right here they're saying that contain blitzes are dead. You cannot just blitz everybody and can put contains and just sack the QB instantly. You have contains out there, he's going to he's not going to come as fast. Basically, the pass rush is going to be slower, and the pass rush is not going to be as much of a pass. It's still going to be a little pass rush, but it's not going to be as fast and it's not going to be as aggressive. Your player is going to come more conservative, as they said, more conservative and not as aggressive because they're in a contain. So they need to be watching out for the QB basically for any rollouts. So now you cannot just put contains on all game and stop the quarterback from rolling out every time, because you can stop him from rolling out, but you're not gonna blitz. You're not gonna be able to come in as fast. That's what I should say. You're not gonna be able to come in as fast if you're on contains the whole game. Now if you take off the contains, now you could come in faster. But if they do pick up the blitz or whatever, or they do it right, they do the right setup, they can roll out because there's no contains. So you have to do the contains at the right time, basically. That's what basically that was. Catching responsiveness. This is basically saying when you do X, Y, or A to catch the ball, if you do left stick up and or just in a certain direction, your player will fall that way or lean that way or go that way. So if you on the sideline press A to catch the ball on the sideline and you up on the left stick, your player will fall forward to that first down or the upwards to the field. So it just depends where you need to go with the ball once you catch it. So that's basically what it is, because they want to make it more stick work heavy when people are catching the ball. So that's a good thing. We got player personnel packaging, basically saying that if you have linemen on the field in like a passing formation, I guess, you can only go to certain. You're limited to certain formations basically with who you have on the field. So if you have a 1 running back, 2 tight end formation and gun empty flex, which is a heavy pass formation, you can only go to certain formations, which is going to be more like run heavy, heavier sets basically, because you're not gonna be able to go to every single formation basically, just because certain formations have certain type of personnel packages, so you can only do certain stuff with it when audibling. And balance for repeated audibles / play flips and pre-play. So basically if you flip your play or audible 3 to 6 times while sitting in the pre-play stance, so if you haven't snapped the ball yet and you're just flipping, audibling and doing all that 3 or more times, your offensive line is going to start jumping off sides before you even call the play, because you're just flipping. So you flip your bunch 3 times and you trying to flip a route combination, they're going to end up jumping off sides because they're confused at that point. You're doing too much, you're taking too long, you're trying to do a bunch of stuff. They're going to get confused and start jumping off sides, and this is just making a penalty for you doing all that and just in your offense basically. So basically you need to know what you're coming out in. And we also got player fatigue for out of position ball carriers. So if you have a quarterback, wide receiver, or tight end at wildcat, jet sweep, QB blast, all that type of stuff, basically your player's gonna get more tired. If you have a running back running the ball out like a running play, he's still gonna get fatigued normally. But if you have a quarterback running QB blast all game, he's gonna get more fatigued, more like faster. But he's gonna get more fatigued faster. He's gonna be probably after 1 or 2 plays, he's gonna be fatigued because they're trying to slow down that type of stuff, so people just don't spam it all game. So your quarterback, wide receiver, they're gonna get more tired faster. If your wide receiver's outside running slants and stuff, he's gonna get fatigued normally. But it just depends on where they are aligned basically. We got kicking game tuning, basically saying kick meters are going to be more skill based. Basically you need to be more accurate with your kickers. Basically you need to be more accurate for you to make the kick. So I don't know exactly how this is going to look, but you need to be really, really accurate. That's basically what they were saying. And also there's not going to be much scum kick next year because the ball physics are going to be better, so there's not too much scum kicking. We also got right here ability improvements. This is not all the improvements to the abilities. This is just some, and this is just like a good positioning on wide receiver and coverage abilities. Basically, they're saying they're going to be more of a spot on the field, basically, for wide receiver ability. The wide receiver, instead of it being route, it's gonna be more of a spot on the field, where if they get to the spot on the field, they're gonna catch it better, basically. Now I don't know exactly how they're gonna do that, but this is what they were trying to say right here. And then it says on the coverage side, right here, where does it say that? Said forget it. Yeah, so basically they're saying they split these abilities into multiple versions that grant their bonuses across specific areas of the field. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be specific areas. So if you have a wide receiver ability and that person has a defensive coverage ability, if they meet at that same spot, they're gonna collide right there, and then that's how it's gonna be. Instead of it just being universal coverage against slant special, it's gonna be actual spots on the field where they have to clash out and they counter each other, basically. Pass lead elite is basically getting a improvement, basically saying when you have pass lead elite, it's actually gonna be on target and precise, better than just normal. If you don't have any pass lead or anything, it's gonna be way better. It's gonna be way more precise. It's gonna be actually on point. But yeah, this is basically everything that they did talk about. They did say they are gonna have another thing of Gridiron Nights, which is basically what we went over today. Another Gridiron Notes will be on Tuesday, June 30th, and it will focus on Face of the Franchise and Classic Franchise. That'll be the next thing that they will basically be filling. Hopefully we do got some good improvements to Classic Franchise. That was basically it. That's it for the video. Let me know what you guys thought. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.